Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Porsche Cayenne Coupe. Huge shout out to Hendrik Porsche for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This Cayenne is finished off in chromite black metallic. MSRP with options is just shy of $126,000. This is powered by the 3-liter turbocharged V6 paired to the 8-speed automatic. It pumps out 348 horsepower, 368 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the all-wheel drive system, propelling this 4,700-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds, and it has a top speed of 154 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 23.7 gallons. You'll expect to see 16 miles per gallon in the city and 23 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 114 inches. Its overall length is 194.1. It has a width of 84.6, a height of 66.1, and its maximum ground clearance with the height adjustable suspension is just over 8 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, this also features the sport front fascia. You'll notice there's a forward camera along with a sensor for a distance pacing right in the middle. There's also parking sensors too, and tons of cutouts to provide a lot of cooling. You'll notice the large inlets on both sides, even active grille shutters in the middle, and hopefully you can tell the approach angle is very good. So this has a lot of ground clearance up front. This also has LEDs for all the lighting, and you'll notice the turn signals are in that horizontal trim accent for those cutouts down below. There's also the Porsche badge and then some nice lines coming down both sides. As we move on to the side, this has the optional 21-inch wheels finished off in gloss black. This is also in its lowest position for the height, so the easy entry and exit. And of course, you can raise it from there if you need more ground clearance. This has body-colored fender flares. You'll notice Cayenne is spelled out in the lower section of the door. There's also power folding side mirrors with the camera and the turn signal, gloss black for the window trim, and then a full moonroof up top. Now, as we take a step back, being the coupe version, this has the steeply rigged rear glass compared to the normal Cayenne, which has more of that traditional SUV design. So if you're looking for that coupe-like look for your SUV, this is a great option to go with. Now, this also has 2 spoilers. So there's one up top where you can see the cutout for airflow, and then one on the lower section. There's also LEDs for all of the lighting, backup camera, parking sensors. This is capable of towing up to 7,700 pounds as well. And then there's the quad tip dual exhaust. Now, you can use the control on the key fob or the release located underneath to gain access to the cargo space. Now, with the coupe, you are going to lose a little bit of height, but it's pretty insignificant if this is the design you are going for. Now, with the height adjustable suspension, you can also raise and lower the rear. So depending on the items that you're loading, you can have a lower load height. And this also has the self-leveling rear suspension. So if you're towing, it's going to keep the vehicle level. This also has some storage under the floor along with the spare. Large storage net on that left side. There's cargo lights too. You can remove this cover and fold the back seats down for even more storage. And then 2 controls up top to either close that liftgate or lock the vehicle. Now, if you do lock it, this has proximity door handles, so just grab any one. And this has Bose for the audio. There's leather for the door panel, really neat trim accents with the brushed accents for the release. There's lock and unlock, and then storage in the lower section. Cayenne is also an illuminating badge down below, and then there's the release on the side of the seat in order to fold that flat. So that way you have that larger cutout to place in some items. Now, the seats also recline, so you can use that same lever. And at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. You'll notice there's storage pockets. There's also vents. You have all of your adjustments for the climates laid out in the middle. So temperature, fan speed, even the seat adjustments. There's auxiliaries, some storage down below. And then at 5'10", I have about 2 inches or so of headroom. And with the seat being able to recline slightly, definitely makes it very comfortable. You'll notice too, right in the middle, there's the armrest with cup holders, and you can fold this middle seat down individually if you need to get better access. Now, you have a very small cargo window there, but with the rear glass as well, that pillar in the back is very minimal. Now, up front, this has memory seating adjustments. There's the window controls, side mirror adjustments, liftgate release, and then more storage. Same illumination for the door sill, and then power operating front seats with the Porsche emblem at the headrest there. And with it in that easy entry and exit, of course, that makes it very easy to get into. On this left side, that is your start button. So let's bring this to life. And coming back to the digital gauge cluster, there's quite a lot that you can go through using controls on this right side. You'll notice there's also a Bluetooth adjustment and this rotary dial. Currently, we're on the far right. So I can use that rotary dial to scroll up and down to go through some of that information, and then use the arrow button to the right of that, I can get over to the left side. And then scroll through a little bit of information there. And then once we highlight the middle, now we can scroll through various screens themselves. So you can actually change the entire gauge cluster just depending on what you need to see. So it's nice that you have these various settings to pull up. They are all going to be fixed, but it's nice that you have a few to go through. Once you get back to this screen, then you can go left and right again. Now this also has paddle shifters. There's Bluetooth adjustment on this left side along with a favorites control. So that way you can set that up to your liking. And then on the lower right, you have different driving modes. So there's off-road, normal, sport, and a sport plus. It will also change the height of the vehicle depending on the driving mode. And if you push on the center, you have the sport response, a countdown from 20 seconds to do some spirited driving. Now this also has the cruise control stock with distance pacing, and then it does have an automatic steering wheel. So you have that adjustment on that lower left. Now there's headlight adjustments along with one air vent. Leather for the dash. This also has a head-up display. It's still showing that sport response countdown, and then distance pacing and miles per hour. Now there's a clock in the middle along with air vents, and then with the infotainment system, you have quite a lot to go through. So with all the icons here, there's Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You can get into vehicle, so you can get into the driving modes and how you want the vehicle to respond along with the chassis. You have the height itself, so you can even get into off-road too. There's different assistances to monitor, some trip information, and even some comfort settings. You also can scroll down. You can look at the Sport Chrono. So when they're equipped with that, you can get into some of this performance information. And then you can also pull up the map in full screen, get into music and phone, and then you have a shortcut to the information that I just showed. So very easy to go through all of that. To the left is the gear selector. So push it straight up for reverse, where this has the 360 system, so you basically have no shortage of visibility around the whole vehicle. You can put it into drive, pull up the forward camera now, and then park is located up top. Now there's also air vents with hazards and traction control. You have wireless charging with auxiliaries, and you can hide all of that away. And then you have this panel for the heated and ventilated seats, temperature adjustments. There's also some defrosters and the climate menu. When you get into the climate menu, that allows you to gain access to your rears as well. So you can go through all of this information minus the heated seats. But you can quickly get into all of that as needed. There's also volume behind that, a little bit of storage, a grab handle on both sides, an auxiliary with cup holders. You have storage in the armrest, a locking glove box, and then for this model, this is just piano black for that trim accent. There's also garage door buttons under the rear view mirror, and then you have dome lights and then the controls for the sunshade. Looks like the sunroof is fixed. This is one moonroof basically for this model. But let's go ahead and get this out on the road. As we set up behind the wheel now for the Porsche Cayenne Coupe, I have been able to drive the Cayenne before. This is a first time being in the coupe, so it's essentially the same as the normal SUV. You just have that steeply raked rear glass. And even with visibility from the driver's seat here, it's still super easy to see. You have great visibility all around. You just have that different exterior shape, a little bit less cargo height than the normal SUV. But if this is the type of vehicle that you were looking for, it's nice that you have two different options to go with. With this particular Cayenne as well, this is basically the entry level or the base model for the Cayenne Coupe. So you can go up from here with options including more horsepower too. So you have some larger engine options to go with, just depending on the power output that you would like too. For this, what I'll say is the base coupe, even in Sport Plus, this is still going to be a very nice vehicle to drive, and we have very quick shifts for this too. So here's a slight acceleration, and it's definitely not a slow vehicle. So you have plenty of power if you're not looking for that additional performance. This is great for this vehicle, at least getting up to speed, even towing with it too. You have plenty of power for this. It's going to be a little bit better with MPG as well. So if this is more of a daily driver for you, this is a great option to go with. It's also going to be very refined feeling and comfortable to drive, as you would expect from a Porsche model, and with the adjustable height suspension. Now, I've had a suspension like this in one of my X5s, and it's definitely a super comfortable suspension to have for a vehicle. It's going to absorb bumps very well. I like the fact that it has the auto level suspension. So I used my X5 to tow 6,000 pounds and it stayed perfectly level with the height adjustable suspension doing all of that for me. It was great. So it kept the vehicle super planted, very solid feeling to drive and tow. So I like features like that. If you're using this to tow, it's definitely a great added benefit to have. But for normal day-to-day driving, it's also very comfortable. Now it does get a little bit stiffer in sport mode, so it's going to handle a little bit better. It'll keep the vehicle from having as much body roll as just in a normal setting, but it's not quite like some of the upgraded sport suspensions. So you're going to feel it a little bit more, but again, if you're just daily driving more, it's super comfortable to have. As far as the driver's seat here goes, at 5'10", we have the height adjustable seat. So with it all the way down, I have maybe 4 inches or so of headroom. So you can be a little bit taller than me and still fit comfortably in this. You can have passengers in the back. You can load this up, use it as a practical SUV. I really like too that there's some physical buttons down below, pretty much the important ones that a lot of buyers like to see. So it's a super easy layout to go through all this information, giving it somewhat of a minimalistic approach, but still having all of the functions that you need. With it in Sport Plus second gear, here we go. And a slight acceleration, we are up to speed. And with this center control I mentioned earlier, so we're in 5th gear right now. If I push on that, it's actually going to drop to 2nd gear, and now you can do your performance driving from there. So if you want to downshift much quicker, you can just push on that button and you have some sporty driving fun with this Cayenne. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for this coupe version. Really nice place to be. Excellent materials throughout. Everything has a purpose and a really nice texture and a feel to it. You also have additional windows on the side up front, so that gives you a little bit better visibility. I also forgot to mention this does have the soft close doors too, which is a nice luxury feature to have. And it's just a great place to be. So this would be a phenomenal daily driver. And like I mentioned, I had an X5 with a similar suspension to this. It's definitely a very comfortable vehicle to drive, even with the optional 21-inch wheels. So you're not going to feel those. I know with larger wheels and a smaller tire size that sometimes you can feel a lot more of the bumps. With this suspension, with the 21s and even a train track here, it's very comfortable. So it's what you'd expect if you're looking for just a nice quality ride. Very insulated too, as you would expect from a luxury brand like this. So it's something that you could rack up the miles on and just have a nice premium feeling luxury vehicle to daily drive. With this too, you have the added benefits. You can tow with it. You could take it off the pavement. Maybe if you're going on some hiking trails or something like that. It's not an off-roader, but you have off-road mode too to get the maximum height. So that way you can go on some of those adventures and have some fun. So you have a really well-built purpose SUV that also has that coupe-like design. So maybe you're selling your sports car and you need a more practical vehicle, but you want that similar look. This is the option to go with. So definitely a very nice vehicle. We are almost full. The range is 440 miles. So I'd say almost 500 miles on a tank for this engine, not being a hybrid or anything. That's definitely really good MPG. And it's a vehicle that you can just go on lots of adventures with and have some fun. So that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Porsche Cayenne Coupe. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Porsche for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I'll see you all in the next video.